Season 2, Episode 18, Labyrinth Runners. Yeah, it's another Gus episode, so I'm going to be excited about that. Brock, throwing it to you first. Things you noticed, things you liked about this episode?
I don't know if he has a name, but I'm just gonna go with a reference to Scarlet Panda, one of my favorite or no Panda Red, one of my favorite TikTok people. Just gonna call him Bill the Henchman. No, don't listen to her. You totally got me.
I love how the henchmen are starting to have their own personalities and not just Steve.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It's like, God, lucky. No, don't listen to her. You totally got me. But it was nice that give or take, I don't need CW levels of drama. I appreciate that Amity and Willow became friends again, but they weren't instantly just besties and forgot that Amity was an absolute bitch to her for a long time.
Yeah, that was nice to see. And that's pretty common when you're you're reuniting with a friend you haven't seen in like a while, so you're kind of not quite gelling like you used to.
Mm-hmm.
It takes some adjustments to get to some sort of normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that they actually took the time to develop that. Misao, how'd you feel revisiting this after like 2 years or something?
I got to revisit my favorite guard, the cat lady.
Yep, voiced by
Your spirit animal, who she said the most you thing on the planet at the end of this episode.
It's been a really rough year. And myself is
and yeah, that is
wow,
voiced by Dana Terrace.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know that they based the character off you in this episode.
They made it! Guys, it's been a really rough year.
I'm going back to the tiny cat coven.
For you.
The most relatable guard.
Yes. Savine, you're not again, you're just wrong. You're not where I want you to be.
Be more. I don't know. You'll get it.
So I think the reason why this episode has honestly just really grown on me is it touches on a lot of like insecurities that Gus has, and I'm sure we all have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I had a lot of that when I was growing up, not sure with friend groups and stuff.
Yeah, I went through a lot of that growing up. Not necessarily like the specifics of his situation. Like I was still just kind of normal. I didn't have like any of the advanced classes or anything, but still just kind of bouncing around different friend groups for a while until I settled on one sort of towards the second half of my education.
It's pretty much what mine was.
Yep.
I ended up somehow getting along with all the Hicks in my school. I don't know how that happened, but it did.
But yeah, all of that insecurity, the imposter syndrome, all spending so much time like in your own head, beating yourself up. That's something I'm sure we all can relate to.
Yep. You're your own worst enemy.
Exactly.
I've always joked around with people. They're just like, aren't you upset that they took shit about you? I'm like, oh, there's no one on this planet that talks more shit about me than me. There's nothing that I haven't heard.
Yeah, pretty much.
And this is also the episode where Gus forms a real brotherhood with Hunter.
With Hunter, who, in between our many breaks between doing this, I actually got to meet Zeno Robinson, a voice actor's name I didn't know until this show.
So how is he in person?
Oh, he's great in person. He's fantastic. Super nerdy, easy to get along with. I originally went there to get his autograph for Young Capone because I'm a big AOT fan. And then when I got up there, I saw some others that did that, and I was like, I might as well get him for Hunter.
Nice.
Yeah, he was a super nice guy. He was there, and then Maki, her voice actor from JJK, Nobara's voice actor from JJK, Gojo's voice actor from JJK, and Yuji's voice actor from JJK were all in one big lineup.
Nice.
So yeah, no, he was a really good dude. Zeno was a really nice guy.
Yeah, that's pretty much a lot of the voice actors in not just this show, but a lot of the newer talent cropping up. They're just some of the coolest people.
Well, they understand what it's like to be on the opposite end,
Mhm.
be the fans of stuff for the longest time. It wasn't growing up where there wasn't exactly 7,000 voice actors like there is now.
Yeah.
Yeah, times have certainly changed.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say the action in this episode is a lot of fun. Anytime you get to see Principal Bump
With
break
his
out his
long, gorgeous hair.
exactly.
Like Ozzy Osbourne's decrepit older brother.
God.
Got a lot of hair hiding in that, whatever that is. That hat. Let's call it a hat.
If it makes you feel better, sir.
I don't remember
The
if
only
I
one that carries his animal, his now I can't remember what they're called.
Palisman.
Talisman.
It's Palisman on his head. The literal only one that spends its entire life sucking on his head.
Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do to have beautiful long hair like that, okay?
Cut
Exactly.
that shit out. You tell me right now if I had locks like that I'd be wearing hats all the time? No, I'd be looking like fucking Fabio walking around my household, whipping that shit like a L'Oreal commercial.
You know, it's funny. At first I thought all the stuff in Hexside would be just kind of studio mandated stuff, but episodes like these where you actually get to get more creative with the school and the students are some of the best ones.
When you use it as a furthering to the plot you wanted to do versus something you had to put into the show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, the illusion that Gus pulls off is super powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty sick, and it was bordering on another Evangelion reference when Shinji gets trapped inside of the angel for a while, and they have to crack him out.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Give or take, he doesn't come apart screaming, and they figure out that the secret with the angels is a secret with the angels. For those of you who don't know, I'm not going to say it because, my dear God, if somehow you haven't seen Evangelion, I'm not going to be the one that spoils it for you. But yeah.
All golden.
You can tell the creators are big anime fans.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it wasn't already obvious by the Sailor Moon reference.
Yeah. Which will be the YouTube thumbnail for this episode.
Yeah, just anytime we get to see Willow and Amity teaming up, or just like any combination of the students teaming up for those action sequences, it's like great stuff.
Yes. It's nice to be able to see something balance a good cast of characters.
Now, at the start of this episode, we kind of learned the other perspective of what happened at the end of the previous one, where all the guards are staking out the Owl House.
Mm-hmm.
We know that Luce, King, and Hootie are wherever they are.
Not there.
And we're not gonna find out what happened until the next episode. But where this one leaves off is now we have more people to add to the resistance.
Yes.
To go picking around on high schoolers. Yes, that one of his generals got beat up by teenagers.
Have fun telling Bellows that.
Teenagers. It's like freaking oh, I can't think of her face off of oh, no, I can't even think of the movie either. Hocus Pocus. I smell children. I had to say 300 years waiting for some virgin to light a candle. Still haven't watched that sequel. We did a fresh takes on that movie purposely to have it ready when we watch the sequel, and I still haven't watched it.
Same. Two more things I have to mention. One, the head witch for the illusion coven. I love how he's just like one of those pretentious directors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also his little device that helps him power up his illusion spells.
Gusto.
Yeah. That's gonna be something that he gets a hold makes great use out of later.
Absolutely.
Any final thoughts before we advance to the next episode?
Has this been a rough year?
It honestly has been.
Okay. It's up there.
Self-esteem is low as it is.
No, I'm good.
Has this been a rough year?
Let's see. What can I tease about the next episode? It's another king focused. That's all I'll say.
Oh.
Until then, Misao, where can everyone find you online?
You can find me on Twitter or Blue Sky at KeepItLover028.
And Brock?
You can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube or Instagram if you are a cosplayer.
And you guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Blue Sky at Ren Pop Culture. You can also find us on YouTube, on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. You need to escape, so do we. And until next time,
Bye!
bye!